welcome to day 7 of Last 60, Best 60. I'm Lourdes and I created this video series because I really wanted to create some good energy around the end of the year. I noticed as a yoga teacher for almost 20 years that it would be really frenetic around the holidays, or people would just feel very rushed and feeling like they had to accomplish something, whether actually for work and deadlines, or just feeling like the year just slipped by them. And so it's very possible to create our best days in these last days of the year. And we are at day 7 of our 60-day journey. And I just want to thank you for showing up and really acknowledge the people who've been coming very regularly and sending me notes about what's been going on for them. And I really welcome you to just let me know what's going on and really just tell people in your life what's going on for you, because that's what really matters, is that the people in your life start to also get energized by your energy. So a couple of people have told me that they're doing this either with a friend or a sibling. One of my friends actually wrote and said, hey, can I share it with my friends who don't know you, but I think they would like this series. And so she's getting people in her life living their best 60 in the last 60 days of the year. So they're going to be encouraging each other, and that's such a strong and powerful action. So if there's people in your life that would really be interested in knowing, or just inspired that you're doing something about your life, I encourage you to share it. So the last 2 days I asked you to choose 3 areas of your life of the 12 in the Wheel of Life. And today I'm going to ask you to choose 3 more. So if you've just kind of chosen the ones that really called out to you, this next 3 might be the area that you're either really avoiding or may not really put a lot of intention in creating in your life. And so it's a really special actual set of categories, because it's really an opportunity to kind of see what you put on your back burner, and it either is there because you don't know what to do with it. So yesterday I asked people to share about what they do for their fun and adventure, because I actually not sure that I plan fun. I have fun, but I'm curious what other people do to plan fun and plan adventure in their life. And so for you, there might be an area of your life that just kind of doesn't get planned. And it's fine to keep going that way, but if it's important to you and to really live these full and 3D lives where, you know, things are going well, not just on the things that call our attention, but actually we pull in. Maybe it's travel that's fun, or cooking, or taking a class of something new like painting, or maybe ice skating as we're getting into winter. So really think about those areas in your life that maybe don't come so top of mind. I just want to acknowledge that this time in this whole process, so we're at about day 7 for most of us, you might start to feel resistance. Like even just watching the videos, you're like, she just sounds like she knows what she's talking about, and maybe I do. I'm really just sharing what I know and what I practice. She's gonna make me write again. And I do want you to take those 3 areas, those 3 categories, and write current situation in your life for that area, and 10 years from now, how do you envision that? How would you aspire for that area to be or grow or develop? Yes, so I do have you write things, but it's not for me, and it's really only because I want everyone in my life to feel really excited to live their lives. And that only comes from working on your life. Like I'm writing notes to myself a lot, and on my phone. I'm kind of a hard copy kind of person, so I'll write in my notebook, but then I'll try to go back to those notes and then start refining those lists. So that's just me. And so that's why I know that taking time to write in these 3 categories, there might be some resistance. So I have a few ways that I deal with resistance, because it really does come up for me. So the first thing that I do when I start to feel some resistance is, one, I just acknowledge it. And instead of trying to make excuses, I'm like, wow, I'm really resisting that. And just try to think of like, what is it bringing up for me? So just being real and being honest with ourselves. And that comes with like that taking inventory or taking stock of what's going on in your life. The more you do that, the more it's not a judgment of good or bad, but like, oh, that is what's going on for me. And so just be real and acknowledge that there might be some resistance. Like maybe you notice that you haven't watched these videos for a couple days, and then just acknowledge that and either choose to go back, especially if for this week. I think the writing the categories is important. Or you can just pick up again and just keep on going and just commit yourself like today is a new day. Another thing that I have sort of in my back pocket of at times when I feel resistance is I actually have a playlist of songs that really pep me up. And so I either put them in my earbuds if I'm around people, and just inside I feel really more energized and excited. If there are cars around me, I don't know, but I think that I play my music really, really loud. And I'm just really loving listening to the music and just kind of like feeling that sound all around me of songs that are really uplifting. So whatever that is for you, maybe you like to go for a run and that really helps to change your energy. Or maybe even just like a little walk around the park or walk around the block, and just giving yourself some time to unplug from what you're doing and just acknowledging that there's some resistance, and I'm going to step away, get a fresh air, take some time to walk and just unlock my mind from what's going on. Whatever that is for you, just have a list of what that is, what these activities are that help you to shift the energy. Maybe it's cooking or calling a friend. I have like on my favorites a group of people that I can choose. Like this is the person I call when I'm really sad, and they can really hold that space for me. This is the person that I call when I've run out of ideas and I need someone who's really creative. Or this is someone who is just a great cheerleader for me, and no matter what's going on in my life, I know I can call and get some encouragement. So have those tactics in place, because those times of resistance are going to come. And the deeper and bigger and more conscious you are about living your life, the more these resistances are going to come up and you'll notice them. And I really encourage you to have that list of activities, like go-to things that change the energy. And another tactic that I use when I feel resistance is I write myself a letter. I write myself a letter about, and I actually write, Dear Lourdes, I totally understand that you're dealing with this experience right now, this feeling, this emotion. And I really want for you, and I put, a great life, a happy home, a great relationship with my mom. Like I actually write those things down, like what do I want for me, just from a third person point of view. And just letting myself talk through or write through what the big picture is. Like when I get out of the drama in my head and actually come from a place of like, okay, that's what's going on and this is what I'd like for you, it really gives me some perspective. And maybe you have a friend who can speak to you like that. I don't always have that available, and so I just write myself a letter of what I really hope for me in the moment and in the years or days to come. So have those available to you when you do come up against resistance, because this 60 days, like, I love that people have been so enthusiastic, and my hope is that we continue to keep that momentum going, and even through the tactical part. And like I said, if you do your 3, 3, 3, and then we have 3 more tomorrow, write your categories, you're going to be ending up this week with a lot of possibilities. And what that opens up is just an extraordinary life. And not that we have to go through and do everything in these 60 days, but really, like, in your 10 years, in your 10-year plan, like, give yourself some direction, give yourself some landmarks of what would be really awesome in your career, what would be really extraordinary in terms of adventure, what would feel so good on the inside if you contributed this to society. So that's the level that I'm talking about. And I just encourage you to stay with the process. I do have this process somewhat mapped out. I'm really open to ideas and feedback and what you're thinking about and what you're dealing with and what your resistances are. And if you write in and let me know, I'd be happy to address that either in a response by email or in this video. So keep on going with the last 60, best 60, because your life is amazing. I think you're amazing. Thank you for being on this journey, and live an illumined life.